The Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences is making sweeping changes to make the Oscars more diverse. This after several African-American actors announced they are boycotting the Oscars after the Academy's second straight year of all-white acting nominees. Among those calling for a boycott, actress Jada Pinkett Smith and director Spike Lee. But it's actress and Fox News contributor Stacey Dash who is catching heat after her comments about segregated film and television.
Either we want to have segregation or integration. And if we don't want segregation, then we need to get rid of channels like BET and the BET Awards and the Image Awards, where you're only awarded if you're black. If it were the other way around, we would be up in arms. It's a double standard. There shouldn't be a Black History Month. You know, we're Americans, period. That's it.
Are you saying there shouldn't be a Black History Month because there isn't a White History Month?
Exactly, exactly.
Dash is African American. Her comments have sparked outrage and support among Americans. Is the controversy further dividing a country where race relations are at a critical point? That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you on our Fox 26 Facebook page. You can also weigh in on Twitter. Just use the hashtag Fox26forlife. Joining us live in the newsroom is our panel led by our senior legal analyst Chris Tritico, our news analyst Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst Jackie Bally. All right, guys, what do you think about all of this?
Well, let me start off with first, yesterday I spoke with a voting member of the Academy who spoke with me on condition of anonymity, but I wanted to get some explanation about how this works. To become a member of the Academy, you have to have done significant work in your field and be nominated by existing members of the Academy. Then you're in and you're allowed to vote. And the voting and the Academy's mission is to nominate and award those people who made the most significant contribution to the arts in the previous year. And he said to me, it has nothing to do with the color of your skin or where you were born or what you've done other than your contribution to the arts. And to make this about race cheapens the entire process. And he in 40 years has never voted based on race, voted solely based on what the contribution of the artist was. Jackie Bally.
Yeah, it not only cheapens the comments that are being made is cheapening a lot the process as well. And so you also have black actors like Sidney Poitier, who is from the Caribbean, like I am, and he said the same thing that your sources said, that it's not based on race. You have John Singleton, who was nominated for in his directorial debut for a black movie. He said it's not about race. So because Will Smith did not get an Academy Award, and for full disclosure, I did not see the movie, but I did see the trailer. His accent was very poor for starters, but just because he did not get the award or the nomination does not mean it was based on his color. And I'm tired of seeing so many of our people or people who look like me immediately going to playing the race card or immediately saying it's because of the color of my skin. How about looking at ways to make yourself better, looking at ways to make our community better? But it's time for us to put the racial rhetoric aside and let's work together. This is really ridiculous.
What about Stacey Dash's comments about we need to get rid of Black History Month and we need to get rid of the BET channel, the BET Awards?
Well, there are two protests that are happening on the West Coast, right? One is regarding the Oscars and African American community saying that we may not participate, and the other of Mr. Bundy in Oregon, who's basically walked into federal property with militia, white militia, and taken over the property. And so for people that are trying to struggle, does race have anything to do with these things? Just think, imagine if it was the role reversal. Imagine a time where Anglos would say, none of us have been not only gotten an Academy Award, but none of us have been ever even nominated in the last 2 years of Academy Awards, or African American militia walking into a federal building with armed guns and taking it over and having the sheriff come in and say, I'd like to peacefully ask you to leave. That wouldn't happen in that situation. So race does play a role in this.
All right, let me go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
This was certainly a huge hot topic on our Fox 26 Facebook page all week long. We're going to head there now and take a look at a comment from Carla. She says, thank you, Stacey Dash, you get it. She agrees. She says there shouldn't be BET or Black History Month. It should just be ET or History Month. She says we have to stop this separation and segregation. We're all Americans. And then Jessica says Black History Month isn't about being segregated. It's about remembering the struggles, the blood, sweat, and tears that we as African Americans went through to get to where we are today. Your thoughts on those comments?
You know, I don't agree with her that we need to do away with Black History Month. I think that focusing on issues like what African Americans went through, there should be a Hispanic History Month. We should focus on those things, Jackie. But that's not fostering bad race. That's just fostering focusing on history.
Well, you know, we just saw a clip of that interview. I saw the entire interview, and she did say that we need to make more opportunities for people of color, especially in Hollywood. And she did say that the reason why she felt we should delete or get rid of Black History Month is because she felt that Black people have made a lot of strides economically, in Hollywood, etc. Do we all agree with what Stacey Dash has to say? Maybe or maybe not. But we do know since the last 4 years or so, polls are showing that there has been a serious racial divide. Instead of being focused on the Oscars, how about going into our African American communities and teaching our young men and young women to respect our police officers the way we do our ministers and our teachers, teach them to stop saying the N-word, teach them to be respectful, and how about going into our community and teach them how to be better human beings?